Hey everyone, welcome to Professor Chase's introduction to APA formatting. I get a lot of questions. I'm just opening up things for you guys, but I just get a lot of questions regarding APA formatting, the papers, what are we doing for this online version that we are now doing at Pascual Hernando. So this is going to be general, how to do APA formatting, how to find articles, and it doesn't matter whether in my introduction to psychology class, child development class, or adolescent development class. We're going to be doing the same searching. If this whole paper thing sounds completely new to you, please go to your syllabus. The prompt is in your syllabus, so it's all there. So you're not really going to see me in this video. It's for me to share my screen with you so you can see how to do these papers. So first things first, what is APA formatting? So what I have here for you guys is a paper that I just completed for my doctoral class. So for the purpose of my classes, you do not need an abstract. You don't need one. Don't do it. But this is what APA formatting should look like. You should have a title page, so draft literature review, my name, and I go to Capella for my doctorate. You should have a running head. So see how it says running head over here, but not over here? That's how it should look. I'm going to just move me out of the way for a second. There's page numbers. There should be page numbers, especially with number 1 on the title page. So like I said, you do not need an abstract for my courses. It depends on your professors that you'll have in the future of whether or not they will want an abstract. So, and I have a tendency to look at myself when I talk, so I'm sorry. When we move into the paper, you can have headings if you choose to. You don't have to have headings. I personally like headings just because it helps me as I'm writing to make sure I hit everything that I need to hit. So for my introduction to psychology course, they are writing a literature review, which is what this is. They're writing a literature review on a particular study, and they're talking about the methods and the limitations and the psychological benefits. Headings may be helpful. For my child development class, you guys are writing a paper on anything that you find interesting in child development. So it could be on psychosocial development, it could be on communication development, it could be on children's health. You just need a certain amount of articles to write your paper. My adolescent development class, you guys have, because I like media, so you guys have a paper that's you're watching a movie or a TV show that is geared towards adolescents, and you're telling me whether or not that's a good TV show or movie for teens to watch, and is it realistic? So if you want to use headings, you are more than welcome to do so. I don't take off points if you don't have headings. But as you're looking at this review of literature, you probably see I'm going to just bold it here, and I'm going to bold it here, and I'm going to bold it here. And these are what's called in-text citations. You can see I have them all over the place. I got one here, I got one here, I got one here. And you need to have these, whether you are writing a paper in MLA format, APA format, Chicago style, whatever formatting you are writing in, you need to have what I just bolded. They are called in-text citations. Reason is they are not considered general knowledge, and I'm taking information from somebody's piece of work and putting it into my paper. If I don't have that in-text citation, it is considered plagiarism, and nobody wants that. So make sure you have in-text citations. Sometimes I'm told, I don't know if the in-text citation is correct. I don't know if I'm oversighting. I will take off points if it's like a little, if it's incorrect, maybe like a half a point, not much, but it's better to have it and it be wrong than to not have it at all. because we don't want plagiarism. We don't play that game no more, right? So we need to have these in-text citations for any information that is not our own. So like I said, and it doesn't matter which formatting you use for your English class, for your psychology class, for your business classes, organic chemistry, you need to have these in-text citations. It's very, very important to have. If I'm going to harp on anything besides the limbic system, it's in-text citations. So they need to be there. You don't need to write it for every single line. So for example, this one covers me for here. I missed one as I was bolding, so I'm going to just bold this one. This is going to cover me to about here, and now I have Daniel. I'm not going to put this citation after here and after here and after. I'm not going to complete, but that is going to cover me. And we'll look at actual articles for you guys to get a better idea of, what an actual article looks like, to see how their in-text citations work too. So, but as we're moving on, we're moving down, you're probably noticing too that there's a year. So in science, we usually look at articles within the last 5 years. The time of me filming this, it's 2020, so we can go from 2015 to 2020. Excuse me. So as we're moving down, I want to get into the references, which I made an error and I did not bold this. So, yeah, but you should have a reference page. So if something is referenced here, like Lillian, Lil, and NAMI 2018, which by the way is your Introduction to Psychology book, I should be able to find it here. And oh look, I did. If we want to go look at, let's see, let me move up. Knight and Bond 2017, I should be able to go alphabetically, and there's Knight and Bond 2017. There is a particular formatting for these references, which I will show you. I just wanted to give you an idea first of how a paper is supposed to look. You do not need this many references for your papers. This was just one that I completed about 2-3 weeks ago that I thought would be a great sample for you guys to look at. So this is my first step for you guys to get a nice sample. So let me get out of this, and we're not going to save those changes. And we are going to jump onto step 1, which is finding an article. So when you go into your Canvas, and I'm going to pick my childhood psychology group right now. And yes, I know I have a bunch of grading to do. But what I'm going to do is when I get into Canvas, on the side here, towards the bottom, it says Electronic Library Resources. And when I open this, and I'm going to move you guys, I have to click Open in a new tab. And it's going to open to this set of databases. I don't remember if you guys are under, okay. So for psychology, you guys are under A. And you're going to be like, what do you mean you're under A? So I logged into mine, no thanks, for my doctoral program, and we're under P. So it really depends on the system you're using. For Pasco Hernando, we are using Psych Articles. I find is one of the better ones. So I'm going to click on Psych Articles, and it's going to open for me in a new tab when it decides to load. Okay, so now we're on EBSCOhost, and you guys have probably done searching before, but let's start looking at some things. So I don't know, I like psychosocial, I like technology first and foremost. So I might start by looking at technology. And first things first, I'm going to go to this year, 1902. What did I say, 5 years? Yes, I did. So, because if you notice, I have 4,525 articles. Now going from 2015, I have 1,000. Now, I particularly look at young adults and adolescents. Those are my people. So I might start just clicking through to see what I can find so far. And And I can look at this abstract if I want to, because I don't know what they mean by technology, but I can kind of click away. So with technology, this could be texting, this could be computer use, this could be video gaming, this could be Facebook, and that's my thing. I'm really interested in Facebook. So I might jump onto looking at Facebook, because that definitely narrows it down for me to 92 articles from the last 5 years. That's awesome. I don't have that many to go through. And I can do this article, which is actually one of the articles I used for my paper. And I can read through the article, and I personally don't like reading a short abstract. Doesn't work for me. Not how I have a big computer screen now, but I cannot read on the computer. But what I can do is, here's the article. So I can print it, I can download it, which if you want me to look at your article before you do it, you would download it and send it to me. Sometimes doing the email version doesn't always go through. So download it and send it to me. But one of the things we can look at is in-text citations. Oh my goodness. Boom, 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 in-text citations. So it's not just me that harps on in-text citations, they're also in journal articles. So where I usually start with when I'm reading an article, first thing I do is I always read the abstract, because it's going to summarize the whole article for me. So if I have I don't know, what book do I have here? What is this one? Oh, okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm a nurse. So here I have the Hospice Companion book. And what I can do is I can read the back of the book to have an idea of what is going to be happening in this book. That's what my abstract is. So it's going to give me a good idea. So if you like reading fiction books, I'll usually tell you on the side. But this is going to give me the summary of the entire, paper in about 100 words. And I can read this and I could be like, oh, there's things I like methods, so now I know how many people were involved, what kind of people, men, women, African Americans, Caucasians, Hispanics, how old they were. So I can find that in the methods. I can look at what, type of scales they're using here. But now I'm getting into results. And I like stats. I can do stats in the morning. I can do stats all day. Some of you, stats might not be your thing. Maybe you're like, oh my God, numbers, boom, out. Don't worry about it, because what you do is you go to the discussion section, and it's going to put that whole research results section into English. And that's all we want, right? It's going to put in limitations for you. So if you have something that you're like, if I would do this study, I would do it different. This might actually spark your brain in a different way. But concluding remarks, and then there's a reference page. But that's how I typically read a paper, is I go from my abstract to the method, and then I jump down in discussion. If I need any other further information that I don't get from those three things, I'll go through the article. But when you have papers that this one's relatively short, I think it's 4 pages, 5 pages, that's a quick read. But let's look at, I don't know, let me click back. A lot of people are interested in schizophrenia. So let's look at schizophrenia. And from the last 5 years, we have 368 articles. So that's not bad, number-wise. So let's just pick on group therapy. Why not? And I'm going to go to the full text. And this one is 18 pages. Well, let's see. Four of them are references, so 14 pages. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to timing and time management and reading, I don't have the best skill set for that. I'm honest. I don't know about you guys. But for me, reading 14 pages and actually sitting there and reading it would take time out. you know, so that's why I kind of just developed that process of abstract, methods, discussion. If it doesn't work for you, let me know and we can figure out something that's better for your particular style. So, and once again, yours should not be in blue, but everywhere they have blue, they have in-text citations. In-text citations. In-text citations. So, if you want to kind of, didn't mean to get out of that. If you want to redefine your search, because let's say we have depression and we're going to have 10,000 articles and we go to 2015 and now we have 2,000 articles, which, ooh, that seems like a cool one. I like autism spectrum disorder, so I'm just going to open on a new tab for me. But let's say we need to kind of bump this up a bit. We don't want 2,000 articles. What I can do is I can go to that advanced, and I realized I was in the way, but I can go to advanced search and I can start typing in depression and young adults or adolescents or teenagers or college students and search that. And well, now I got 3,000. So let me just go with young adults because I like this age group is a good group to study on. Now I went from that 2,000, 3,000 to 800. And maybe I want to look at bipolar depression because that changes things. So maybe I want to look at bipolar disorder, bipolar depression or tripolar depression. Now I got 61 that I can work with. That's a decent number I can work with. I'm going to, and the year isn't even right. So this is why I like actually talking to you guys because you guys would have caught that. Now I jump to 21. So I will be honest, research takes time. I understand that, but what I'm trying to get you guys in the habit of doing is looking at peer-reviewed journal articles. We don't want to go to Wikipedia. So, and I will actually pull up a funny thing that I show my intro students, if I haven't showed them already, my slides, design analysis. And this is what we don't want because this was a Batman page. You can go to Board Panda and find some funny ones, but it's not always reliable. Anybody can go on there and edit it any way that they choose. So that's the part of finding an article and that. Now, the big beast, this APA formatting thing, Professor Chase, I don't know what you want from me with this. I got you. So I never actually remember the website because I always put it in wrong. So Purdue OWL APA, you could tell I look this up pretty often. So just to make sure that there's two different APA formatting right now, so I like to make sure I'm using the right one for my doctoral class. So I'm going to go to here, owl.purdue.edu, and this is going to put you into the 7th edition. I don't mind which one you use, whether you use the 6th or the 7th. I believe we are currently using the 7th edition though. So it can go into general APA guidelines, things like that. The thing that gets people is, first of all, it also gives you an APA sample paper if I scroll down, and it gives you a little sample paper in case mine wasn't helpful or you need one that you're looking at while you're writing. Here you go. And I'm just going to put this out there again because this happened this semester. References should be on its own page. So, Professor Chase, you keep saying references and in-text citations and putting things in, right? Okay. We're going to jump to in-text citations over here. And it's going to give you some basics in case you need to read things first. So in case you need to know, like, you are quoting actually something from your paper, you need a page number. If you are paraphrasing, which is college, so we're paraphrasing, you shouldn't need that direct quote or that page number, but this might give you some extra information that you'll need for APA formatting. By the way, MLA and every other formatting that you could think of, ASA, AMA, whatever you need is also on this website. So this is one that I would like star and keep throughout your college career. So let's look at author and authors. So I don't like this APA citation generator. I used to. I found that I would get a lot of points off in undergrad because it wouldn't be correct. And we don't want to lose points for being incorrect. So we're just going to do it. It's really easy. So let's say the author is Erica Brown. So Erica Brown wrote an article or, wrote a book. This is a textbook. We would have Brown E 2013. And the title of the book would be italicized, and this is the publisher. But I can find anything I want. So let's say periodicals, which is what we're looking at, by the way. And how this works is we're going to have our multiple authors, usually more than one. So let's say we have, I don't know who, let's say we got Taylor, Smith, and Jones. And we'll go A, B, and C. Okay, so we got Taylor A, sorry for the glare, but we got Taylor A, Smith B, Jones C. And it's 2020. So what I would do is put Taylor, comma A, period, comma. Smith, comma B, period, comma. And Jones, comma C, period. And those are our authors. Then in parentheses, I would put 2020. The title of the article is lowercase. So where we have, trying to find a book. Oh, we got another nursing book. Home care nursing delegation skills. Okay, so you notice the home and the care and the nursing and the delegation skills, they're all capital letters to start. Non-APA formatting, they are not. So the A should be capitalized, but not the C, not the N, not the D, not the S. It would be lowercase from there on out. Unless you have like a little, I know I'm a wonderful writer, but unless you have one of those like semicolon, that's not semicolon, a colon, then the next word would be capitalized. But otherwise, that's what it should be. And I just knocked myself in the eye. So you can see it in this particular thing here. Your journal should be italicized. Sorry, that's going to fall. But your journal is italicized, and that's going back to normal standards that we're used to writing. Is, the letters are capitalized as it's the next one. The volume number is also italicized. The issue number is not. And then the page numbers. I don't need a DOI. If you want to put one, you are more than welcome to. Now, what does this mean, Professor Chase? I don't know what this means. Where do I put this? This is the things that would go on your reference page. You are not using this whole thing as an in-text citation. You would use Banya and Weech, comma, 2019 in parentheses. And that's it. And it'll explain everything to you: magazines, newspapers, reviews, headings, PowerPoints, electronic sources, additional resources. Whatever you need, it's on this website, owl.purdue.edu. So I always tell people this is a must-have. This video is a must-have to watch. And how I know who watches and who doesn't is because I will look at your papers 2 weeks before they are due. I will look at your articles up to 2 weeks before they are due. So if you're in a 5-week course, you have 2 to 3 weeks to send me papers, articles, whatever you have for me to review. And this also gives me an idea of who's watching the videos for help. But I want to help you guys succeed. So if it's grammar, if it's issues, if it's looking up articles, we can also make an appointment like this via Zoom. I'm going to stop sharing. But I can also make, we can make an appointment via Zoom like this, and we can talk about it. I'm finding the people who sent me articles over last summer, even in my prior courses when we were still face-to-face, have done significantly better than those who didn't. and we all want an A. We all want to do our best, and we want to succeed in whatever that is. So if there's a resource like owl.purdue.edu, or your actual professor who will read your papers or look at articles to make sure that's what what they want, I would automatically hop on that. It's, so even if it's just a rough draft, like I will show you, like, you want a paper that is in the roughest draft. Here it is, actually. It's in the roughest draft that it could possibly be, that I literally just typed up my notes and put them into sentences and sent them to my professor to look at. And it makes no sense probably, but if a professor is willing to go through my work, I'm jumping on that, especially if it's going to give me room to improve on my writing and score better. Because depending on what you're going to college for, which some of you are going for education, some of you are going for nursing, some of you are going for business, some of you are just going for an AA, but you are going to be writing papers. You are. Even if you're writing a three paragraph essay, it's still writing. And if you're still taking information from elsewhere, you still have those in-text citations that need to be there. In-text citations. I should get that as like a poster back here for you guys, in-text citations, because that's usually the first thing I look at when I'm going through your papers is the in-text citations there? And does it match your reference page? Because if I'm not seeing in-text citation, in my mind, you plagiarized. You probably didn't, but in my mind, boom, that's where it goes. So we don't want to do that. We want to do really well in psych. Psych is a really good time. I'm really enjoying having my class with you whenever this is that I'm having you. But if you need anything, do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me. You can, message me. You can contact me on the discussion boards. Whatever you need, I am here. I will email you at 3 o'clock in the morning if you need that, if that's when you need it. You just jump in and jump on Zoom at 3 a.m. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm not working, I can be here for you guys. So hopefully this was helpful for you. I will be sending this as a file to you guys in your email, because this might be a little too big to post onto your discussion on Canvas. So that is it. Otherwise, and there you go. Some of you guys are emailing me. So otherwise, you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.